Hello, 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 everybody. My no bad news. What's happening now? I had to end up putting it on YouTube, and I ended up sharing it to this page in a few groups. So I will pin that if that's what you're looking for, because I don't know. There was some kind of Facebook glitch earlier where at first I couldn't even sign on or get into anything, and then I couldn't post anything, and yeah, then I couldn't go live. So I decided to go ahead and do it, but do it on YouTube instead. So I decided I would come live today to discuss something I haven't talked about in a while. Many of you know that I had a total knee replacement on my right leg on the 16th of March. And I had been sharing some regular updates on the process and what I was going through. And then I stopped. Yes, I stopped because, well, I got a little down because I had gone from the walker to a cane, and now I'm back on a walker. And I felt like I was going backwards. So, for those that do not know, I also need a replacement on my left knee. And what had happened was I got an injection on my left knee at the same time that I got the knee replacement on the right. And so that was helping me to be able to just go through different things because I wasn't having as much problem with my left knee. But as we know, you need two legs to be able to really um, do some of the exercises and different things that you have to do. And so I was feeling kind of bad because I was like, well, does this mean that I'm going to have to go back in? And I think there's something called an MUA where the doctor goes back in and he manipulates the knee. And I was like, I don't want to go back under any anesthesia. And I was just, because I'm reading, and I praise God for the groups that I'm in as far as knee replacement. They're wonderful groups. But the one thing is that you've got to understand when you have knee replacement or any kind of surgery, everybody is not the same. So because this person is here and you're down here, doesn't mean that it's a problem. You're doing perhaps what's best for you. Just because this person that's on the same level as you are had to have an MUA doesn't mean that that is what someone that you have to do. And yeah, so I was feeling kind of bad because, um, yeah, I'm back on the walker. Plus, I wasn't making the progress that I thought I should make as far as my extensions were concerned. Now, when I talked to my doctor in April, he told me, he said, not to worry about it and that he wasn't really thinking about an MUA for me because of the fact that I've had bone on bone osteoarthritis in both knees ever since my grandson was 8 years old and he is now 20. And so um, my knees after surgery, the extension was 15. And I had gotten down to a 5 at that time. And he said he was perfectly okay with that. Because of the fact, you got to think about the fact that your leg has not been able to extend for that period of time. So for me, that was a good thing because I was making a lot of progress for me, not maybe for somebody else, but for me. And so I I took that in stride and I was happy about that. And then the next thing that happened in May was when the injections basically completely wore off in my left leg, which meant I had to get back on the walker. And yeah, I didn't come back online during that time to share that because here we go again with another pity party. I'm on a walker. I thought by now I'd be walking without any assistance, but that's not what happened. And my physical therapy was getting more and more difficult, even though I was still making progress. But because of that left leg, I was having uh, difficulty. And so I decided last week that I would call my doctor to see if maybe I could come in before what was supposed to be my last uh, post op, which was like, I think, the 1st or 2nd of July. And they said, yes, I could come in and I could get an injection. So praise God for that. I came in and I got the injection, doing much better in that left knee, and am still making progress. And so my doctor and I decided that as long as I'm making progress, that is what is important. And then when I get to the point where it seems like that's as good as it's going to get with my right knee, then it's time to go and get the surgery on the left knee. Because what I want to have is to make sure that I have the best possible scenario for the surgery with a strong right knee, because I know I'm going to have to go through that process all over again. So, anyway, this is going to last me for the next couple of months. I know I can't get another one. Tried something different this time, so maybe it will last um, until for the whole 3 months, and I can continue to make progress. And what I want to do is probably about the first of the year, maybe uh, have surgery done on the other knee. But in the meantime, I'm okay because guess what? I found myself being able to do some things with that walker that I never thought I'd be able to do. I can take my walker and pretty much I'm independent with that. Um, I do have my husband to help me with the walker, uh, putting it down into the garage from the kitchen. But I really could do it myself, and I have done it myself. But sometimes I'm just not feeling it. But the thing is, I can. So if anything were to happen where I had to get myself out of the house, I can do it. And I was excited about that. I also found that I was able to get up with my walker a step that's about curb that's about 6 inches. I was able to take that walker, put it on the curb, and hoist myself up over the curb by myself. So I'm really getting so much better. And even though I'm on a walker, I am not on a walker like I was in the beginning. I can do all kinds of things with that walker. And I just want to praise God too, because one of the things, for those of you that know me, you know that I love theater. And so after everything that was going on with this leg, I was kind of on the little down. But I praise God that God gives you the desires of your heart. And so there was a production that I had already been in, and they were getting ready to do a revised version and some other things. And me having a walker is not a problem. You see, I play the part of a 75-year-old lady by the name of Mother Brennison. And so they were able to incorporate the walker into the play. And for those of you that are in the Youngstown area, it is Deliverance is available to me, and it will be going up on the 22nd in Youngstown, Ohio. It's a church on the east side. In fact, I'll put the flyer in the comments so that you will know. And I do believe it's at 7 o'clock p.m. And even if you saw it before, this one is not the same. So, yeah, come on out and support us. And all the information will be in the flyer that I will put in the comments. But yeah, God knew that I needed this. And He helped me to be able to, I can get up the steps myself, and somebody can just carry my walker up there for me. And I can get down. I might have to turn to the side to get down the steps, but I can do it. And I was able to get up and down for rehearsal. So I'm making progress. And yeah, I might not be able to do any other productions right now because of the fact I don't know how many uh, theaters are going to be able to accommodate me with a walker. But I praise God that right now I have a theater family that I can work with, and I've got the walker, and I'm excited. I'm excited about the play itself. Deliverance is available to me, and I think in terms of even physically, I believe that God is healing me, and I know He is because even with this walker, I'm so much better than I was before I had the surgery. I mean, you talk about somebody crying and screaming and snotting and all kinds of things every time I would move. Because you see, before you have the surgery, you have to be off all meds for at least 3 months. So, as far as injections, that's what I'm talking about, those kind of anything that were knee injections and things like that. So, you have to be off of that for 90 days. And there's some other medicines and things that you can't take. But anyway, for me, the big thing was the injections. And you don't know how bad your knees really are until you find yourself not on the injections. So, my last injection before surgery was on October 29th. And surgery wasn't until March 16th. And going any place was very strenuous for me. In fact, I spent a lot of time doing nothing but staying in the bed because it hurt so bad. I praise God. My spiritual mom had blessed me with her rollinator, and so I was able to use that. But still, it was so much pain. I would say my pain was on a 10. Okay, it was on a 10 back then, and even with the surgery, the worst my pain was a 6. So yeah, for me, that was a blessing. So that was really really a blessing. So we're gonna see. I know that God is in control. Okay, now I told you that there were two things I was going to talk about. So one, we talked about the knee, and I praise God. There's progress, and I just want to encourage you. If you find yourself going through, number one, don't compare yourself to anybody else. Compare yourself with yourself. If you're making progress, make sure you have a doctor that you have good communication with. Uh, Make sure you have a physical therapy staff that you are able to communicate and help you to reach your goals. And so, yeah, so that is the main thing. Just don't compare yourself. Take your time, do your exercises, and make sure you stay above the pain. Okay, so when you go into the hospital and you have the surgery and they're going to give you whatever they give you for pain relief, I know I don't like narcotics. Okay, I really don't. But I understood the importance of uh, keeping that pain under control. It's a whole lot easier to keep it under control than trying to get it back under control after you have allowed it to just okay. So yeah, take the narcotics. I probably was on the narcotics maybe I went to the hospital that Monday, so and I went home on Tuesday evening, and I think I took my last Oxycontin on Friday. So that's how it worked for me. I now I don't have to take that anymore. I do take a leave, not a leave, but Tylenol um, when I need it. And sometimes, one of the things that you get after, sometimes you get when the knee is healing are these zingers, and it feels like electricity running through your legs. And I found that one of the things that helps is if you have some kind of a muscle relaxant, okay? And also, you're going to go through a period of time, or you may go through a period of time where you have trouble sleeping. And some people may want to get some kind of assistance from the medical doctor to help them with that. Or personally, I just went through it and yeah, I'm good now. So for the most part, I'm able to get my sleep. So anyway, that's the knee. Okay, moving along with the eye. Uh, I found out last year that I had a cataract in my left eye that was ripe. And at that time, really wasn't causing any major difference as far as my vision was concerned. I do wear glasses, I'm extremely nearsighted, but I'm able to read pretty well without any kind of glasses because I am so nearsighted. So, anyway, I was doing good until I had the surgery on my knee. Don't know if it's connected, but after going to have the surgery, when I came home, I noticed that I was having extremely a lot of difficulty with my left eye. And then I noticed that basically I can't hardly see anything out of that. And I had to wait because I called my eye doctor, and I usually set my appointments up for once a year. And so my appointment wasn't until the 20 something of May. So I had to wait until then. So then I go and the day of my appointment, okay, I'm sick. And they got me an appointment 2 days later where I was able to go. Then I got scared again because uh, when the technicians saw how bad my eye was, they were like, why didn't you come in here earlier? Because I told her how long I'd been having the problem. I was like, hey, I tried, but nobody got me, was able to get me in. And so then I'm thinking, oh my goodness, how fear starts trying to seep in. And I said, you know what? Uh, I'm just going to give this, I had to just give it to God. So anyway, I talked to my doctor, and you go through all of the vision things and what have you. And so he shows me the vision chart for my left eye. And he says, okay, tell me the smallest thing you can see. I'm like, nothing. Then he did a little thing with the pinholes because I guess I do have astigmatism, and I suppose that's supposed to help it. Well, even when he did that, the only thing I could see, and it was blurry as I don't know what, was the big E, the large E. That was it. So Anyhow, he told me that I had a couple of options. He said that there were a couple of smaller cataracts that were in my right eye, and that if I had those removed at the same time as I had the large one removed from my left eye, then they'd be able to fix my eyes to the point that I wouldn't need any glasses at all. Well, I thought about that for a minute. And the point is this, all right? I can see very well out of my right eye as far as, uh, reading and that kind of thing. It's the left eye. I can't see anything out of at all. And it's funny when you can't see. It's like I did the what's happening now video, and I didn't even notice that I had a couple of cups on my dresser. My tea. I every morning I drink this tea and what have you, and it was still there and it was in the scene. But that's what happens when you don't see. You don't. But anyhow, uh, I asked him. I said, "Well, what if I decided I only wanted you to work to work on the eye that has the worst cataract?" And he said, "Well, you still be have to wear glasses." And I'm like, "Okay." I've been wearing glasses since I was in the second grade. So I really don't care. And even though I know that God is a healer, and that I could have both done and, uh, be seeing quite well, um, in my spirit, I felt like what I really needed to do was have them work on the eye that actually needs it. And then, if at some time in the future those grow to the point that something needs to be done, we'll handle that then. But in the meantime, I still have my right eye that, although it's nearsighted, I can still see out of. So that's where I'm at. I go to see the surgeon on the 29th of July. And I'm sure it's, going to take some months before I'm scheduled for that. But in the meantime, I'm able to get around, still able to read, even though I might stumble a little here and there, but I can still do my no bad news. What's happening now? I can still do my interviews and all of that kind of stuff. And I thank God for His grace and for His mercy, allowing me to be able to still do that, to be able to do my theater and all of that. I am so excited and grateful for that. So, yeah, that is my update. That is what is going on. And if you're looking for no bad news, what's happening now, I did uh, put it in on this Facebook page and a few other groups. I will highlight it so you will be able to see it. It's going to take you to my YouTube channel because I couldn't go live. And I felt like I needed to go ahead and do what I had to do. But anyway, I am Be Positive, and I am wishing you a Be Positive day and week. And thank you, everybody that is praying for me. Sister Rosetta, Sister Elaine, I really appreciate it. So, peace out.